out there chatting with somebody.
You want me to hold on for Scott?
Yeah, he'll be right in. He's standing right there gossiping with somebody.
That's fine, I just wanna make sure.
Yeah, as soon as he's done,
Is he coming?
he's gonna set the door up.
Chop chop, let's go. 2 minutes, come on. Come on, Scott.
I'll go get him. Hey, we cooked what? 400 hot dogs, 300 hamburgers, wrapped them Saturday. It was a big thing.
Yeah. We had a
Oh,
good
in the park.
party in the
Yeah.
park. We had a good turnout.
A long day to stand.
Yes.
Ben did all the cooking.
Well, Shane helped a little bit.
Did
Yeah, Shane said he helped cook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shane cooked the
No,
hot
there-
dogs. Uh-huh.
Yeah, there was 5 boxes that Jane bought in there, but none of the big boxes from Gordon's.
We'll ask Ben where they're at.
Yeah, we'll ask him tonight. That's
Get
fine.
in here.
I won't stop, my phone won't stop ringing.
Okay, Scott's here now.
All right,
We're good.
Scott's here. We're good.
Oh, man.
Alright. We good?
We're good.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so thank you for joining us. This is just our bi-weekly check-in meeting for both the Phase 1 and Phase 2
Can't see.
Streetscapes projects. I had yet to kick off formally the
Yeah.
Parks project with you. I kicked it off internally this week, Monday. So we'll probably do a formal kickoff with the entire city or town next week, if that works for you.
Okay.
We'll just try to find a time here, and
And what does that look
I'll
like?
email you, Debbie, to try to find a time for that.
Okay, what is that
The
gonna?
kickoff project?
Yes.
Or kickoff meeting?
Community, I
Oh, for the
think.
park.
It's similar to what I did previously for the parks, 4 projects that we,
Yeah.
were awarded last week.
Okay.
How
So
come,
I will just send an email out for that, shortly.
Okay.
how come we
so
can't see,
the
how
pro-
come we can't see you, Matt? It's just MG.
Yeah, I'm driving, so.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I figure he's.
Well, it's weird. It's like a robot.
Yeah, sorry, I'm driving today.
That's all right.
You're good.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I had a little bit of a conflict, so I'm driving, but Tanner on my team who's, helps me manage these projects is gonna help run this meeting. I'm just gonna try to give you, and it's just a short half hour just to get you up to speed, like we talked about.
Okay.
On, the progress of the 2 projects and any upcoming events that we're going through. So today, we have a detailed schedule that I like to go through with you all. Okay, there's here in a second. Also, we are in that schedule. You will see community events, stakeholder events, and so we will send out this schedule to you after this meeting and try to get alignment on some of the dates that we're talking about for getting stakeholders that Tanner's been talking about, along with our projected community event for the Streetscapes projects. And then just to let you know on Phase 1, which is the construction project, the surveyor and weekly project update that you get at the end of the week. But just to remind you, the surveyors are on site for the construction portion of the project. The utilities were all located by the private utility contractor last week, and then all the data points are being collected this week. I reached out to Chip for some survey information, just record documents for some of the Hanover areas of the property, so like trying to find property boundaries. He didn't have that, which is still not a problem. We just try to get some of that a little quicker if you had that record. So we'll be going to the county clerks and things like that for that information. They should have record of all that. This would have just streamlined that a little bit faster, but it's no
You know,
problem.
I wish we had it. I'm not saying we don't, I'm just being told we don't.
That's completely fine. well, and now that we will have that, you will have new information that you can
Yep.
start tracking some of that information.
Wonderful, thank you.
So, yep, so we'll have all those records. So, with that, I'm gonna hand it over to Tanner to kind of go through the schedule, and then we can go over any questions after that.
Okay.
So Tanner, if you don't mind pulling up the schedule, thanks, and then I'll let you run through that.
So this is different than the construction schedule that was attached to the minutes.
Yeah, this is gonna be our phase 1 and phase 2 detailed schedule that we're gonna try to run, based on the overall schedule that I proposed, at the early kickoff meeting.
Okay,
So it's just more details on this.
got it, thanks.
Can anyone see this?
Yes.
Yeah,
I can, yes.
Perfect. Okay, and like Matt said, there's gonna be some dates in here that, that were in that, scope document and part of the kickoff documents that we just repeated here, but also some that we bring to your attention just because they're additional review meetings, some of the stakeholder content for phase 2, things like that. So, I'm gonna run through all of the dates and then come back to the highlighted ones. Those are the ones that we just wanted to talk about in more detail with you all, either give you some insight into our, thought process behind how we're gonna conduct that versus, asking for some more information from you all about how best to conduct them. So for phase 1, the construction project, we've got our programming review meeting happening next week on the 23rd. That's where we'll go through some of the existing conditions analysis that we've done, as well as some opportunity concepts for how that streetscape can run along the roadways there. After that, we'll jump into schematic design. That'll be due October 15th. The land survey should be well and complete by then, and then we'll also have the first cost estimate prepared as well. Then the 22nd of October will be when a design review meeting is held with this steering committee here. That's where we'll review the drawings, receive comments from you all, react to that feedback. That might either be in person or virtual. We'll just have to talk about how that best looks, but tentatively or right now, showing it as October 22nd. The next one, again, that we'll want more feedback on is November 12th, the informational community meeting. That's where we're just raising awareness about this project. I'll come back to this obviously to ask maybe your guys' insights into how best that should be conducted, activities, things like that we need to do. But I'll keep rolling through this just because some of these are just standard kind of dates. December 22nd is when construction documents are due. We'll probably schedule a review meeting sometime in January in the new year, and then cost estimate number 2 will be prepared then as well. After the new year, the week of January 22nd will be when bidding and permitting is complete. The week of March 2nd will be when we receive those bids and awards, and then March through November of 2026 will be construction for phase 1. Sound good?
Yeah.
So I just want to remind everybody that these are obviously tentative dates. These are the ones that we're planning toward. When we forward this, some of the ones that, like Tanner said, are involving you all as stakeholders, meaning people who are working either as part of the town of Hanover or has stake in this project. We'll need to confirm some of those dates with you. Once we confirm those dates and where they're at, I will send out formal calendar invites to everybody. But this is where I wanted to inform you of our process and make sure that you understand the dates that are coming up. And then once you understand that, we can set the date, and then I can send out the calendar invite. So please look forward to that once we finish this meeting. And then I'll follow up with you all next week to formalize, or actually probably later this week, to formalize that those dates if we can. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
It does to me, and in the March and through November phase 1 construction period, that's the period during which we will have sidewalks and streetscapes, basically starting and ending on either side of what eventually will be a traffic signal and a crosswalk, give or take.
Yeah, that's total construction.
Yeah, that's just for that piece.
That's right.
Yep, okay.
From up and down,
Coons 56 in Madison. Yeah.
56 and that. Thank you, Tanner.
It gets us to the future crosswalk on either side of the future crosswalk, and then up Coons and down 56. Yeah, this is not crosswalk
constructing the new traffic signal and everything.
This would include the new traffic signal construction?
Yes.
On
Yeah,
the 6th.
Yes.
Okay, that's faster than I thought. I thought it was gonna drag out longer than that. Okay, no, that's just great. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, again, you know, this is all pending, because we've started to do our research with NDOT. They've all confirmed that, they gave us our concept, so we're kind of off to the races. We know what we want to do and have to do.
Okay,
And, since they're on board, we're trying to push this as fast as we can, so you can continue working on future projects.
got it. So this is not only, what do we call it, it's tasks 1 and 2 under phase 1. It's both tasks. Gotcha.
Mhm.
I'm good.
Yes, you got it. So, any other questions from town on the dates or what we're doing?
No,
No.
they look good.
Sweet, great.
Now moving to phase 2, a lot more highlights with this, don't worry. I'll run through these dates again, and like I said, I'll come back to the highlighted portions. So, our plan is also to have next week our due diligence completed for, phase 2. That's where we're gonna have, our site reconnaissance complete, where we've already gone out and we've, walked Main Street, Main Cross Street, Madison Avenue as well, got documentation of things, put together some analysis. We'll then plan for the stakeholder meetings, all happening October 1st, where we're gonna wanna compile more data. We've split those out into 3 different stakeholder meetings, one with Hanover College, another that'll be more municipal in its nature, and I'll again come back to that. And then one with the school system as well. We're planning on, as we've heard from you all, October 18th being that trunk or treat community meeting. That's where we're gonna use the opportunity to showcase some of the street sections that we're thinking about for future streetscapes down those roads, using what we call look and feel imagery or character imagery to kind of communicate preferences about design options, materiality, those kinds of things. We'll have, a series of interactive activities that people can come up, talk to us, play around with maybe different pieces on putting together their own streetscape. Again, making selections about what kind of aesthetics they want for these future streetscapes, those kinds of things. We usually have pretty good feedback from those kinds of events that we've hosted for other planning activities. Anything that gets the community involved and they feel like they've got a say in it is just, it works really well. That'll also be the end, though, of the opportunity design phase for phase 2. So then we'll jump right into design development. We'll take that feedback that we've heard, not only from our stakeholders, but also from the community as well. And we'll start to really solidify some options for future streetscapes and putting together that planning document about what all these kits of parts look like. So we'll organize that, and then that'll be completed November 14th. The 18th of that month, there'll be an informational community meeting. That's where we'll come in, we'll host some sort of open house to present these final deliverables to the community. Again, give people the opportunity to see what's happening, that we've heard their feedback, we've given them a say, those kinds of things. But trying to keep a cap on how much revision we do at that point, just because, again, we're near the deadline for this particular phase of the project, and it's also, we've packaged everything together at this point. By the 28th of November, we'll have budgeting and phasing done, and then December 12th being, again, these dates being tentative, but the tentative due date for the entire final document that we can hand off to you about the future of those roadways.
Sounds great.
Make sense?
Yep.
Any questions?
Did you go,
Perfect.
Andrew, did you go through the stakeholders and who those?
That's what I'm coming back to, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So the
No, yeah,
stakeholder
actually,
meeting on the 1st, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll touch on phase 2 and then I'll scroll back up to phase 1 with some of the highlights. So I'll start with the September 22nd date that I've got highlighted here. We asking the question of, would you all want to meet like we will next week about phase 1's programming to talk about phase 2, what we've done in terms of due diligence, the data that we've collected. Do you think that that's best to have that in person? Do you want that kind of meeting? Is it fine for it being virtual? Thoughts that you guys might have on getting the same kind of feedback on phase 2.
I don't
If that
mind it
makes sense.
virtual.
I don't mind virtual. I think I would like it to be a full meeting to where other members can come.
And we could call a meeting and it'd still be virtual.
Yeah,
And
Tanner, are you talking about the phase one or phase two?
Phase two.
Phase two.
Okay.
Yeah, cause everybody's been a part of phase one, but phase two, I'd like to have everybody here just so they can kind of hear and know what's going on and know kind of the time frame and if that would be okay. I mean, we can do virtual, just, I would want it to be a public meeting.
And if you're gonna have a full council meeting, Debbie, I'm wondering, I mean, ideally, I think most things are done in person. Although Zoom is fine, it works great for a whole bunch.
We've done them both ways.
Probably need to send all
Yeah.
these dates out to all the
Yeah.
council members too.
I just wonder about this, if this is going, so you all are gonna have something that you can lay out and point to at this point, a map of the town, and talk about, you know, at this intersection, at this place, at that place.
Yeah.
I don't know about you all, I mean, I like the idea of that one being in person. It's just easier to point to stuff, and if you have a handful of people asking you questions, it's easier to corral them in person.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thought.
Yeah, it's completely up to you all. It's however your comfort is.
And that's fine,
It's,
we'll get charged more.
We just need to get a good time, like you said, we left it open because, we didn't know how to collect some of the individuals for stakeholders. If somebody wasn't able to be there, they could be on their phone and listen.
Right.
But if we can get everybody in the same room, that's always nice.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's next week.
That's right.
22nd.
Again, that date is tentative, so if there's a date that works best for you in terms of when you all conduct your council meeting, that kind of thing, we'll adapt to that.
That's right.
Your next council meeting is the 30th, is that right?
No, we don't.
7th of October.
But I mean, that, we can do a special meeting, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the 23rd, is that what you have down? 22nd, that Monday? I mean, we have plenty of time to schedule. He would just have to post it tomorrow. Right?
Tomorrow or Thursday.
And
Yeah, tomorrow's.
how we
Yeah,
get
it
word
is.
out to people to come.
Oh,
And-
now if it's Monday, yeah, it would have to be by Thursday.
I mean,
And
it's.
so the stakeholder meeting is not meant to be
Public,
it's more about
us.
important people as it relates to, your streets department, maintenance,
Okay,
you know, obviously town council, possibly recreation, like, people like that. There's gonna be community events where we want more of the community
Okay.
involved, but there's certain events that we don't want them early as
Sure.
part of this process, cause it'll kind of muddy the waters. It's too soon. We need to get some decisions made before we get to that point, so that the town feels comfortable of what we are presenting to the community as a whole.
Then is it what we call the steering committee? Is it Debbie, Treva, Scott Williams, Kobe, me?
Mm-hmm. This due diligence one could easily be just a steering committee meeting that we all have, again, with us on the call.
You want any other employees of the town? You were talking about street people and parks.
We'll have that meeting in October, another stakeholder meeting, unless you think it's sufficient to kind of kill two birds with one stone kind of thing.
What do you guys think?
As long as we can get, I think we wanna get Scott Williams in there,
I think
and
we should have the whole.
do we want-
council.
Yeah,
we want Scott Davidson for the parks.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
But this
maybe,
might be-
maybe some of your
But a
guys
small meeting,
could help
I
you
guess
out.
it's a small meeting.
so let's
Yeah,
let's schedule a
Trevor
meeting for
Lawrence.
next Monday, and we'll do it like 2 or 3 o'clock,
No, that's fine.
or, yeah,
What,
Have to be,
next Monday,
have to be at
The
least
22nd.
3. for
that's
me.
what, huh,
Oh,
Have to be at least 3 for
Ben
me.
can't be here till after 5.
who?
Ben,
No,
right?
Ben, and yeah, we need you in the evening.
Can we do it?
I will be out of town Monday.
Okay, what about Tuesday?
The 23rd is when we're meeting to discuss programming for phase one.
So we could do it at the same time.
We could do it at the same time. Could we do it, of an evening? Could we do a virtual of an evening, or? I'd like for Ben to be able to come, cause he missed the last one.
Yeah,
Cause he
if,
has to
if
work
we need to
till
do it
5.
at 5 o'clock, if he's off at 5, we can be there at 5, that's fine.
We'll see if we, okay, cause he might be a
Would that
few
be-
minutes late, what?
You're still thinking of
Tanner.
the full town council meeting?
Yeah.
Or the full town council?
Yes, cause I don't want them to feel like we're making decisions without them here, so I try to.
We can't make decisions.
Yeah, I mean,
without
phase
them.
2, we've not talked about phase 2 with them, the street part of it, we've talked about the stoplight, that's what they were involved in last time. So if we're gonna talk about phase 2, I think it needs to be the whole council, just so they know going into it what we're talking about and the time frame, and so everybody can kinda see how fast we're moving.
So we're talking Monday the
So,
22nd, like
No.
at 5,
Tuesday,
Tuesday?
yeah, he said he's gone Monday.
Tanner, don't you have something on Wednesday, right? Next Wednesday, we're talking about next Wednesday, right?
We're talking about next Tuesday, the
Tuesday.
23rd, correct?
Next
Yes.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
have,
Because we do have a
you
conflict
have
on the
the other
24th,
meeting
correct?
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, so we could do it all at the same time, right?
Yes,
Yep,
Okay, so let us schedule a meeting then Tuesday at 5 o'clock to
That's
talk,
fine.
and it's gonna be to talk about phase 2, right? And,
phases 1 and 2.
Phases-
Essentially, what this will end up being, as I'm reacting right now, is we'll show the analysis that we've done for both phases 1 and 2, and then this could also be a precursor to, hey, here's kind of what we're planning for with phase 2 as well, to the town council, since they know a little bit less about that.
okay, that would be great.
September 22nd.
And are we do,
and when we conduct the meeting, we'll have like kind of a pause and say, you know, we're not, I don't want to mix the 2 phases.
right,
Right.
Mhm.
So we'll have a pause and say, we're just talking about phase 1 today, right this second.
okay,
Then we'll pause and then, okay, moving forward, this is phase 2. Remind everybody what that project is and then talk about it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Cool.
So it's very clear.
Yep.
So is this virtual or is this in person?
We'll come in.
I
next for
think,
that.
You're gonna
yeah,
come
I
in
think we'll
person,
come in
okay,
person for this.
okay, perfect. Kobe will get that scheduled.
Mhm.
And anybody is welcome to, so a full town council meeting, anybody from the community would
Yeah,
be welcome to join.
Oh, absolutely,
Right.
yes. It's
And
open,
then
it's
we'll-
open to
we'll
the
be
public.
careful though about too big a group, as Matt said.
Right,
Mhm.
usually nobody comes, so,
Right.
Unless we're gonna build a dollar store.
This'll be the one.
Yeah,
I'm just putting it out there.
if we're
Well,
gonna,
that's fine if more people show up. It's just that we would want to have pointed representation from the town to be able to redirect questions because we're only so far along in the
oh,
process.
I can do that, that's not a problem.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep, not a problem.
great.
unless you're gonna build a dollar store or a subdivision, nobody comes.
Yeah,
There you go.
Well, that was our first concept. Oh, man, do it.
But the Dollar
All
General,
roads lead to the Dollar
the
General.
Dollar General's coming in because it was already zoned, so there was nothing we could do about it.
Yeah, I get that.
And then, so then we're gonna talk about October 1st. I may have a conflict on that evening. Ball State's gonna be in town.
Oh, my alma mater.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have them. In fact, they're gonna be on campus, they're gonna be in town again tomorrow afternoon. Mike
So-
Brady and his crew.
Mhm. So on October 1st, we were planning on this being kind of a day type of event. So the idea here is that in the morning or afternoon, whatever, but half the day would be with Hanover College. That's where we'd host a little open house on campus to ask students specifically about their experiences walking, biking, and driving on Hanover streets. Have some different maps up, some different questions, those kinds of things, maybe some character imagery just to get a flavor of what they're thinking in terms of what they might like to see in town to better assist them. We just know that Hanover College is obviously a big stakeholder group in town. A lot of college students, I mean, I was one not that long ago, active, walking around. That's part of why we're building part of phase 1. So getting information from them in terms of what can be done with that. Again, that date is just something that we've got tentatively. I know that your fall break is then the week after that, so we obviously don't wanna do something then, but,
Thank you for looking, yes.
I was trying to, cause I know how that can be sometimes, and so this week looked good for, hosting some of those things. And then either again, morning or afternoon, but meeting with municipal stakeholders. So that would be then like important business owners, other administrators on the town council, maybe some government employees, like you mentioned, parks, streets, those kinds of things, to ask specific questions about, again, maintenance, problems that they're facing, ways that we could begin to design or provide future streetscapes that lessen maintenance, the use of these different streets and streetscapes, responsibilities behind, maintenance, improving things, those kinds of questions. The third stakeholder meeting is kind of already been completed. So our idea right now is that when we come the 23rd of September, we'll come with some handouts that we're hoping that we can give to principals or administrators at the elementary and middle school that have just like 5-minute quick question cards that teachers at the beginning of the morning, perhaps for teachers that want to participate, could ask students questions about what students might want to see on the streetscapes. When Maeve and I, my other landscape designer, when we were out there last week, we noticed a lot of bike racks, a lot of students walking up and down, especially Main Cross Street, walking to and from home, to and from school. We've heard that, again, people use cut-through roads to get to where they need to at school, and so we think that this is a really core demographic group that's gonna have a lot of opinions on things, and we'll obviously develop these questions in a way that aren't gonna be too complicated for kids to answer, but we think that getting their feedback is gonna be really important too, because that's bringing in terms of parent safety, their kids' safety, the comfortability of these students, those kinds of things.
So does that sound like a good plan to reach out to the school?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
Yes,
and then two, we would,
we have a great,
Go ahead, Jim.
we have a great superintendent that works with us now, and I talked to 4 kids that were in the 6th grade Saturday, and it's the first time they've been to the park, and they just live over on Maple and Sycamore, cause their parents won't let them come that far.
Cross it, yeah,
Yeah,
cross the highway.
yeah, across the highway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's the first time they've been to the park.
Wow,
Right.
wow.
So when you've got down meeting with the municipality and stuff, so, and business owners, are you guys gonna reach out to the business owners, or is that something we need to do?
We'll need your help with that, of
Okay.
Key people
Who
that
they
would be,
are.
yeah.
I think we could do that,
We can,
and
I
our
think we can,
commissioners and.
do you look at that as like a 2-hour meeting, or is it open for 3 hours and people drop in? What's the best format you all think for something like that?
Good question. I think that this will be more of a sit down, so it could be 1.5, 2 hour kind of conversation, as opposed to kind of just kind of like waiting around to see who can come and that kind of thing. These would be much more pointed questions about the actual use and maintenance of these streets, as opposed to, for example, at Hanover College. It can be more of an open house forum as students ambulate through campus, that kind of thing.
So what's the
Unless you
council
think differently, so.
I mean, we just have to ask people to carve out a little bit of
Yeah.
time. Would that be better for the council? Do you all think that's better late afternoon?
Yes,
Yeah.
For
Yes.
us, yeah,
because we want the council to be here.
right.
I think that makes it easier for a business owner.
Oh, yeah.
Ben's a great example. Look, I'm working like a dog till 5.
Right.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, it could also be like a lunch meeting where we could supply lunch or something,
Mhm.
and they could come talk while they're eating lunch, if that's another option. 'Cause like you said,
Ben could take.
Ben's working like a dog till 5, and the last thing they might wanna do is go and do this.
He takes.
Yeah,
does
Ben,
take-
I mean, Ben could
He
take
does
a
take a
lunch.
lunch from
12
12
to
to
1
1 every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
might be-
at noon would probably be
But
better
how
for
many
us.
community members you gonna get?
For businesses.
Well, business, how many business are you gonna get? 12 to,
Yeah,
We might be able to get,
The thing I don't like about this whole process, we've not involved the community yet, but yet we've made decisions.
not on the streetscape part, we haven't.
Well, on a lot of things we have, that we put on the front page of the Madison Courier, we would not do.
Stoplight is the only thing that,
Everybody
I mean,
I've
I
told-
think Jindy's, you know, they could come over.
Oh, yeah.
Mindy and, or Wendy.
I
Jeff
think,
and-
I think
yeah,
definitely in
Wendy.
the evening.
You think it should be in the
and it's
evening?
hard for a restaurant to come at lunch or at dinner because that's when they're busy.
Yeah.
Um,
5 o'clock's okay with me, I don't care.
I've got, we haven't quite said it, although I think Ball State maybe has said it in their mind on that evening. They're gonna, let me check and let you all know, because I think they wanted to get some community members together to, talk about what they've come up for downtown. So, I owe you all an answer back on that.
So those balls,
Hey, Chip, can we get a record of that when you get that done?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yes.
so
Yes,
Chip,
yes, yes.
is Ball State gonna present that to the council before they do the community?
I think we need to have, well, yes.
I mean,
This is part of what I
I
need
don't
to
wanna
know
be
is yes.
surprised by stuff they're coming up with and we don't like it.
Right. That's, I'm wondering if because of that, it would have to be the October 7th meeting, your all's next meeting would,
Yeah,
and they could, well, it's like everything, we're trying to squeeze as much into the end of the year. And they're doing it because they have classes that end at the end of the year, of course, so.
So October 1st still works for these stakeholder meetings. The school system one is when we'll collect those worksheets. So it's really just 2 that we're having that day, but we wanted to quantify that in some way with the school system.
And we can, I mean, the best place to catch students, of course, is
Campus
lunch
center, yep.
at the campus center. So if you do
Okay.
lunch at the campus center, that really does mean that your stakeholder meeting number 2 is probably best at 5.
Yep, so then we could just do then, like, we'll come into town that early after, late morning to prepare for
Yep.
that, and then be
Yep.
there for when we do the 5 PM municipal gathering. Okay.
And I can break away because I've got another Ball State class. Good Lord, I've got Megan Phillippe's class on in Joe Blaylock's.
Blaylock, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got Joe's. We have 2 graduate students doing some programming at Madison and File, but I can step away from them. That's not an issue. So because I want to be there at noon to help say, hey, this is what these folks are doing. Yeah, yep.
Good.
I'll be available for that for sure.
Cool. So I think that's good for those.
So October 1st is election of school, assignments, stakeholder 1 and the college with community, businesses as well, right?
Yes.
We're trying to yeah.
So we added one more stakeholder meeting on that, is that correct, Tanner?
No. It's same as it is. For stakeholder meeting 1 at Hanover College, will be 12 PM at the campus center to grab people as they're going to
Yep.
lunch, or students as they're going to lunch. Then late afternoon, 5 PM, we'll have meeting number 2 with the, business owners, municipal people, those kinds of things. And we'll also collect
Okay, so the
stuff from the, schools.
Okay, so we're doing the combined municipality and community businesses at the same time,
yes.
Yes.
right? Okay. Just making sure I'm clear on that.
Yep, and then
All right,
again, all that data for the town, all that data that we're collecting is gonna inform us as we start to make design decisions. And then the big community meeting will be then again on the 18th, where we also get feedback from them, just so that they can react better to some of the stuff that we've gotten a good basis and foundation on from the major stakeholders in town. Alrighty, so now.
We will need, hey, Tanner, hold on,
Yeah.
sorry. We will need probably a contact with the school representative, so when we hand out next week, we can give them a update.
You mean
work
with
with,
Southwestern or
superintendent.
Hanover?
Yes.
We can get you a contact
Jill.
for Southwestern,
Jill would be.
Or
good.
Jennifer will,
Yeah,
she'd be the best at,
yeah.
I've got the principals of the middle school and the elementary school, I can get you easily.
well, I'd do the superintendent's office.
I'd
And
go-
let
Yeah,
them
it's-
I'd go
communicate.
straight to the top.
Yeah.
It should come from the top,
Yep,
Yeah.
as long as Jill can review it, move it to him.
And she might appoint somebody else for the
Yeah.
meeting.
I don't wanna go around.
okay,
Okay.
so if you could pass some of that information forward, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, we can reach out through an email.
Okay,
Just so they're not shut up being like, here's your worksheets, huh?
Yeah, right? Okay, keep on going, Tanner, so.
Yeah, so, wrapping up here, we'll move into phase one. I'll start with, so we've kind of confirmed what's gonna be happening on September 23rd. We'll do that combined phase one, phase two presentation, so I think that's pretty solidified in terms of that. So then the question is, November 12th, the informational community meeting, about phase one and what's being done with it. Should that be another open house, where people can come and look at like presentation boards that are set up? Would you prefer it to be a council meeting, that's again in the evening where there's a formal presentation like that? What do you think might be best?
I think maybe just an open house where it's less formal, we're not actually having a meeting.
Mhm.
I mean, have the council all
And-
here, but
and no decisions.
no decisions, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there any, like,
Yeah.
go ahead, Matt.
I was just gonna say, for that meeting, we can hand out flyers to people's houses, or if there's an email, chain that we can tie this meeting onto and do like an email blast.
well,
That always is helpful to
Our
get
water
people
bill.
there.
the best thing would be to put it in the water bill.
But we need it pretty quick, so,
Yeah, cause she'll need it by the 1st of November,
you
or
know, she'll
no,
need it
1st of
before then.
October.
Yeah,
1st of October to go into
But
November, yeah.
we can't have an open house with all the council here without calling a council meeting.
That's
yeah, we
true.
can, we just,
I don't
for
think so.
for something like that, we can.
I don't think so. It has
Is
to be
there like an
posted as
event
a
that
meeting.
happens in
If we're
November
all
that we
here.
could host this at, instead of having to do it in kind of the town hall and it kind
'Cause there
of
was
feels like a
4 of you
council
here
meeting kind of
Saturday.
thing?
Do what?
There was 4 of you here Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's,
Well,
for-
you better check, cause I don't wanna get called down on it.
No, yeah, I was just thinking of Saturday, there was
Yeah.
4
Cause
here.
this is an actual meeting.
well, it's, they're putting on the meeting, we're
Yeah.
not,
Well, we've gone through that before,
yeah,
and Warren told us,
I'll ask
doesn't
Warren,
matter.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, cause I'm wondering if you guys are just all in attendance at the meeting.
Yeah, we're just,
You're just
They're-
regular.
we
They're
can't, we
doing-
can't all come to the planning commission meeting.
I'm
We
just,
can't
I'm just
all come
thinking,
to
you,
the
you're all
zoning
just
board.
regular community members
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
Cause if
But
they're
we
having,
need, we need to check, cause I don't wanna get called down on it.
Yeah.
We'll check on that.
just plan for that date, we'll either have it a
Okay.
public meeting to where,
And all we gotta do is post it.
yeah, that's
No
true.
big deal.
Yeah, just type it
So-
up, put it on the window, yeah.
Yeah,
but,
And there's not an email list,
no.
No.
that we have at the town, so one of the best ways to communicate with people, is through the water bills. The water bills go out to 800 different households.
That's our
And
only
they-
one.
That's our
About that,
only way,
okay.
yeah.
They go out toward the end of the month, so if they go out toward the end of
But
October,
they have to
I
have
believe they need by about the
a
10th,
certain
I
time.
wanna say.
Yes, yeah, cause you and Linda did that before, yeah.
Yep, I worked with her on that. The company that sends out the water bills charges, for one-sided black and white, it's something like $250. And if you wanna do color on one side, it's, I don't know, closer to 500. I mean, it's not an insurmountable amount,
Yeah,
but it might be the best way to
Well,
communicate.
I mean, we can put it on our website,
Okay,
you know.
We've got a
The
website, we've got
The
Facebook, we
police
can
can
do
send
that.
it out,
yeah,
on
they
there,
look
yeah.
at that one more than anything.
Yeah.
So
well, we can have
maintain-
something ready for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And they have to print it if, it goes in the water bill, it has to be printed by the people who do the water billing. That's their deal. I can't give them.
Yeah, October
An
10th,
800
and then
trifold
they would
sheet.
get it out first of November, if the meeting's on the 12th, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And we'll just have it here, just put that, we'll have it here at the community center. Hanover
Yeah.
Community Center, cause we can have it in the big room over there.
That's what I was gonna say. Let's go to the big room. That makes it feel less like a meeting.
Right.
We're,
Yeah.
we're required by law to provide the space, but not a chair. I checked that.
Standing room only.
Yeah, standing room only.
That'd be
Ask
something, that'd be
the- ask the
something.
city of
It was
Madison.
standing room only.
Wouldn't it? That would be
Oh,
a first.
Well, good.
we've had standing room only.
That'd be really.
Well, good. I think that we've solidified all these dates here. Again, I'll clean this up and we can get this sent out to you just to read through again and confirm some of these things. But, otherwise, I think I'm good. I appreciate all the good feedback we got today. Matt, do you have anything to add?
nope, yep, along with Tanner, thank you, this is very helpful, so.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
Could you add me to the email? Cause some reason I'm not getting it. It's, ccloud@townofhanover.net.
Yep, absolutely.
Alright, thank you.
Yep, I just didn't have your email, I was hoping somebody was passing them forward.
Yeah,
Okay,
We will
yep.
certainly add that too.
Alright, appreciate it.
so,
I do have a couple of,
oh, go ahead,
go ahead,
Chip.
Treva.
Well,
Go for it, Treva.
I will tell you, this has nothing to do with the park, but this stoplight. But I got the third call today from a realtor that Starbucks is very interested in coming.
Oh my god. I'll have to mow
Even
2 more
though they
yards.
know Parkhurst has the franchise, it's open to the public, but not open to the public as if it'd be on the highway.
Yep.
But that's my third call from that realtor. But it would have to be rezoned, you know, it'd have a long way to go. But I'm just thinking about the stoplight.
Gosh, I'd have to mow
And it'd be right
Okay.
up
2 more
there.
yards. Courtney
It
loves
would
Starbucks.
be right before you get to the Dollar General. That lady's wanting to rezone her property
Yeah.
into 3 businesses.
Oh.
She hasn't been, but they've already been
On the
turned.
Madison side.
Yeah, they've already been, well, it's Hanover.
It's on the Madison side of Hanover.
Yeah,
But
Madison
it's on the
side of
Madison
Hanover,
side
yeah.
of the Dollar General market.
Anyway, that would Taco Bell,
Starbucks.
Starbucks, I mean, we got a lot. But now
Yeah.
whether she could get it rezoned, that property's already been turned down twice to rezone. So that'd be a big if.
But
Does that
it's,
go through
it's
the
better
planning
now that
commission?
we're getting a stoplight there, that was their big thing.
No.
Slowing it
They
down.
wanted to keep residential, cause our master plan calls for more business and more residential. So it'd be an if, but we've had 3 calls on it.
Hey, Matt, before I forget, invoicing, I've got a sub-grant, I drafted the sub-grant out to the town that they need to sign so that we can fund your invoices when they start coming in. When do you all invoice? Do you like the first of August?
Yeah, at the end of the month, we usually invoice.
Okay, so Kobe and Debbie, we gotta ask Pat to ramp that up because we wanna get that in place so that
We
they
just-
can move quickly
we
when
just-
they come in.
We just need his approval, right?
Yes.
Yes, I sent it to him
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
At least, and ask for any comments he'd have, so. And I can just send it to you all and not to him. It's however you all wanna do it, but he is your counsel, so.
Well, I mean, he approved the original draft of it, right?
Well, I assume he did, cause you all signed the Fireman's Park and the
Yeah,
water
I mean, he
tower.
approved the original
Yeah.
one.
But he
It's the
still
same
has to
boilerplate,
approve
but,
this one.
yeah. Okay, well, just, I want to say thanks.
Yeah.
And then, the Dollar General Market reached out, Matt, I think you know this, reached out to the town, for, a certificate of occupancy. I think I got
Yeah.
this right. And, well, yeah, because we talked about this. Debbie, is there any update on the C of O for Dollar General?
They also
Market.
reached out to our attorney, but I haven't been able to get him to tell me what he told them.
Okay. Ooh, that seems to be a theme. Okay.
Yeah, they wanted that,
And we're,
certificate, wanna know if they could have that certificate without them doing any turning lane, is what the question
So,
was.
Scott, you reached out to me, and I'm in the middle of trying to get some answers from NDOT on
Okay.
that. But as I told you, Scott, we can't be the ones that tell you to turn down the seal. That's not us. We could just say,
Yeah,
I
no,
think a lot of it has to do with the development plan and what it says in a development plan for what's been approved for Dollar General regarding, what they have to do for that development. So if it says a turn lane has to go in on the development plan, then that gives you justification.
But NDOT told us that day they wouldn't hold him to it.
But now they are.
So who's
Yeah.
got that development?
if they'd have put
plan?
their own entrance in, NDOT will stop them from getting a certificate of, but they're using the entrance to
They're using
the.
the first page, and I know they've already talked.
I don't,
yeah.
there's not a plan that I'm aware of. I've never seen a
No,
plan
me either.
on anything like that.
Well,
so.
they didn't have to go through us.
Well, they had to give something to NDOT though.
Yeah, and that's why they done their own traffic study, and it's already been approved, and
Yeah.
my phone call to NDOT was, is this turn lane gonna work with what you guys are doing for the stoplight? And the gentleman I talked to said that it would work, but I don't know.
Well, we've had so many conflicting things from NDOT.
Yeah,
All right, and that's
But
what we're
it's good-
looking
it's good you're
to, just to
gonna
see.
call.
So you're looking into that, Matt?
We're looking to see what NDOT has approved for Dollar General versus what they've given us as a concept.
Right.
But is there not a process for the town that a development that comes in has to provide a development plan?
Not if
There
it's
is
already
not.
zoned for them to buy. There's, to my knowledge, they don't have to get us land.
I'm the utility superintendent, so I don't know. I don't
And I'm a
know all
town
the ins and
council
outs
member, I
on it.
don't know either.
I've just been doing this job to try
Okay.
to help them out. That's the only thing I know.
I just know they
Right.
called, the Dollar General Market called me. They wanted to get a right of way from First Pace, and our attorney called and said, we're nothing in it. That's between you and First Pace and NDOT.
I know if they come
Okay.
forward with a Taco Bell permit, I wanna see where their entrances
Sure.
are and all that before
Sure.
any permits
Sure,
issued after dealing with this.
right.
Amen.
Cause we didn't even
It-
know they
it
were gonna
might-
use First Pace, remember?
Yeah.
At first.
It might be good for you all to start having, doesn't matter the development plan, if it's appropriate for zoning or not, still have a plan to show what's gonna be developed
Yeah, moving
moving forward. That's for by your zoning ordinance. That's a typical requirement for most communities, whether it's appropriate for zoning or not, just to show what they're developing.
well,
Yes.
we've looked, cause Chip's asked that question, and we don't have an ordinance that says anything like that.
Okay,
But Scott and I have checked on that.
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty loosey-goosey. It's something, it's a long-term fix, I think, for the town to get some zoning updates that would require things like that, so they have more
Yes.
control over what happens in the
Well,
future.
and we are going to get zoning updates because the county has hired a firm to do theirs, and our attorney advises, just use theirs. It'll save us money, we are Jefferson County, so we'll see what they come up with.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll
Well,
look
thank you.
we'll continue to, look into the NDOT and see what they've provided for Dollar General versus what they provided to us as a concept for the stoplight to
Right,
compare and contrast.
right,
Great.
alright,
That's it for me.
good meeting.
All right.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, guys.
Yeah, thank you all.
Tanner, thanks for driving.
Yep, sounds good.
Well, Matt is driving.
Well, I was driving, but, you guys were off to the side, but I could understand. I was not stuck in traffic, it was just easy driving.
Cool.
So I appreciate everyone's time and we'll see you next week.
Alright,
see y'all.